Sex is sacred, and it should be shared by a balance of masculine and feminine energy. Oh, beautiful beings, how are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Today, I am going to be going over the Sacral Plexus Chakra. That is the second chakra. Okay, I'm going to go over what it affects. Okay, what are the benefits of having it balanced, and go over some simple techniques that you can do to get it into balance. But yeah, let's go over some things. I typed up my notes for my blog, so I'm just going to use this as a point of reference if you see me looking down, okay? So the sacral plexus chakra deals with passion. It deals with personal power and pleasure. It deals with sexuality, okay? We know that your chakra system is your vortex. It emits and receives energy, okay? It's your life force, basically. The energy of the second chakra is concerned with change, with creating form from formlessness. So with creating from nothing, whether it is expressed artistically, academically, or physically, or in the ultimate act. The energy in this chakra is a source of our sexuality, okay? A free flow of energy through this chakra will be manifested as creativity, and it kind of gives you a balanced approach to your sex life when you're in harmony with a balanced sacral plexus chakra. The name means to sweeten. All right, so the energy of this chakra is concerned with the pleasures of life, with the desires of nurturing, okay? Nurturing ourselves and our creativity when we're out of balance. And when we are balanced, this chakra brings an immense amount of pleasure into our lives. It allows us to see the beauty in people and things and in the pleasures of life around us, and to take delight in our own creative abilities. Some of the physical dysfunctions associated with an unbalanced sacral plexus, they may show up as lower back pain, pelvic pains, impotence may show up, frigidity, uterine, bladder, and kidney problems. Some of the emotional issues that may show up, a lack of creativity, instability in your sexuality, such as confusion in your sexuality, or over sexual, or lack in the desire, which can, be caused by sexual abuse, trauma, or the R word, gender issues, or it could be an impact of your childhood environment, okay? But if we have an excess of energy in this area, we may be overly focused on satisfying our desires, or unaware that it's not healthy to have all of our desires met. If we have depleted energy in the sacral plexus chakra, we may deprive ourselves of any pleasure, okay? Or try to deny that we have desires at all, okay? The main point focus with the second chakra is that it's concerned with our desires, with our sexuality, and with the act of creation from personal growth, like I mentioned earlier, to create form from formlessness, to be able to manifest your desires into full-blown whatever it is, you know how to use your mind, use your creativity, to use your creative energy to create, all right? Because you have the power to do that. I want you to know that you have the power to create what you want. You have the power to create form from formlessness, which means you can create whatever you want with your mind. Okay? But you have to have, in order to do that, in order to have that amount of energy to be able to create, you have to have a balance in all of your chakras. But we're talking about right now for creating, that's in the Sacral Plexus Chakra, okay? But we're going to be moving forward talking about the other chakras in a later video. But when the energy is depleted in that area, we may dictate whether we deprive ourselves of pleasure or allow your desires to manifest with so much ferociousness that they become addictions, which wouldn't provide any pleasure at that point, you know. So it's almost like you have a healthy balance with your desires and your pleasures. You know, you're not overly focused on it, but at the same time, you need to have some type of interest and focus on, you know, your sexuality and, you know, being sexual if you are of age. But there's just millions of ways to express your creativity. But if you don't desire it, you know, and it doesn't bother you, and you can go on for months at a time without worrying or thinking about passion, you know, then that's a sign that your sacral plexus chakra is blocked. So, sex is sacred, and it should be shared by a balance of masculine and feminine energy. A healthy sexual relationship is very much connected to having the ability to become spiritual enlightened, okay? Am I saying an imbalance in this area will 100% be determined if you are able to become enlightened? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not God, nor am I your life force. You are the one that control your thoughts right now. You are forming your future right now with what you're thinking, okay? No one else can do that but you. You control your destiny. But at the end of the day, you are the author of your book, okay? You make your narrative. But what I can tell you for sure is that when you have sex, the exchange happening surpasses your mental, emotional, and physical life. There's a mixing of energy fields going on, okay? Our aura is becoming intertwined with your sex partner, okay? Which can result in a exchange of trauma, karma, the energy received and given with the person you are intimate with, okay? The energy is received and given with the person you are intimate with. Your energies, your spirit, your soul become tied. Soul ties, okay? It's not just a physical thing. It's much more than that. All right. We take on ancestral lineages and karmic energy through transactions such as sex, okay? We develop soul ties, as I just mentioned before. Therefore, you should always seek a partner with the same energetic pattern as yourself, okay? Like, have you ever witnessed someone that got into a relationship, someone that always had the same type of personality and the same type of behaviors until they got into this relationship? And soon after they got into this relationship, they began to change. Like, their personalities change, and not only that, they seem to go backwards and decline. Like, things were totally different and not in a positive way. Or maybe you've experienced it yourself. That's because they have had an exchange of energies. Sometimes you don't even have to have sex. You can just be in the vicinity of someone, in their area, you know, close to them. You guys are still sharing energy space. That's why people come home and sage from work to get those energies off of them. But it becomes a much deeper level when you intertwine that with sex, because when you are having sex, that's a different type of exchange, okay? By just everyday energy share with the people around you, that doesn't link to your ancestors and their karmic, it doesn't happen that way. You have to, it's only with the soul tie from sex, okay? So be very choosy when you are choosing a partner. Some of us nowadays, it's not even with a partner, it's just with random people. And okay, leave that there. Yeah, so sometimes sex partners can unknowingly rob us from the most precious, sacred thing that we have, which is our energy. All right. And some of us realize this, okay? We realize that people aren't meant for us, but we still force it, okay? And then we whine when that person brings us down. But why do we whine? I don't get it, because like your ancestors and your intuition they give you hints right away, and you just put them to the back. You act like you don't sense it, or you don't feel it, or maybe you're wrong. All of a sudden you're wrong, but you're right about everything else. But it's just crazy. It doesn't take long to figure things out, because our gut tells us, our intuition tells us right away. It's here to help us, and we need to utilize it. And you know what else gets me, off a side note? When people allow their partners to run them over by the bus, they do everything. They've done a million things, and they allow their partner to come back. They forgive their partner, but will not allow a forgiveness to a family or a friend. I don't like that, but I guess it's not, who cares if I don't like it? That's what we're trying to learn right now, to not care so much about what other people think. But yeah, anyway, that's neither here or there. Balancing the second chakra means that we neither deny ourselves pleasure or overindulge to the point that it is detrimental to our health and well-being. When this chakra is balanced, we are able to express ourselves sexually in ways that are empowering to us, to ourselves, and to our lovers. When we are balanced, we find creative ways to express ourselves in work and in play. All right, so before doing a balancing exercise, you need to understand where you are blocked or where you have an excess of energy at, and start by asking yourself some of these questions. What is keeping me from expressing my creativity? Why can't I feel pleasure? What sensations are blocked? Is there an emotional or physical block? What unhealthy thoughts may have been programmed from my childhood? When was the last time I felt pleasure, if any? And who, what, when, why, and where was it related to when I received that pleasure? Take time to ask yourself those questions. It may take a day, may take two. Just be patient with yourself, and ask yourself those questions. You might want to write them out, and I'm sure you're going to find something that you didn't realize. Once you do this, and well, first of all, let's back up. You take time to do the questions, and then proceed to one or more of the following practices, what I'm about to tell you, go over with you. Dance, okay? Dance. Dance to strong rhythmic music is a wonderful way to release for this chakra. African drumming can be particularly powerful because of the strength of its complex rhythms. If you're not used to dancing, or haven't danced for a long time, you might like to begin dancing by yourself, okay? So that you can feel the freedom of moving your body without feeling self-conscious. Okay, moving your body without feeling self-conscious. Just make sure you're moving your hips and your pelvis, because that's like the location that your sacral plexus chakra is in, and you need energy has to move in and out. Energy is never stagnant. All right, so if you have too much energy, you need to get down on it, get down on it, get down on it. If you have too much, you need to get it out some type of way. Bunny hop with it, da 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 da. Tootsie roll with it. Cotton candy sweet as gold. Let me see that Tootsie roll. Do whatever you have to do to get it out, okay? And if you are not blocked and you are depleted in that area, then I think you should try some meditations and breathing work, okay? And visualizing the color orange, like bright orange color, smoke, inhaling it, bringing in that chakra, because we go up. The chakra goes in upward motion, and when you get to your crown chakra, that is when you are able to tap into the Kundalini energy. But we're not going to go too far off the grid. But yeah, so what else was I about to say? Also, tone, because each chakra corresponds with a certain sound. A way to clear this energy is to voice these sounds while focusing on the corresponding area of the body. You may tone the sound for the sacral chakra. It's O like in mo. So you'll just tone O. And you'll begin to notice that it becomes less screechy or cracked up, and that you'll be able to hold the tone for longer. But just do what your body feels. Don't force it, okay? But toning is a great way to open and balance that sacral plexus chakra. Different sounds for different chakras. Of course, eat orange foods. All right. And I told you meditate while visualizing orange color, moving into that area. The sacral plexus chakra is located about 2 inches below your navel, just for reference. Express your creativity in other ways, such as writing. I love to journal. Painting, coloring, doodling, DIY projects, vision boards, styling, hair or makeup, dancing. We talked about that. Performing arts. You just pretend that you are in Hollywood and you got the job. Now, what is your role? Get in the mirror and pretend. All right. Just have some fun. What about baking or cooking? If you don't want to bake, baking seems to be a little bit more pleasurable, because you get to whip stuff up, crack eggs, and do all that cute stuff. For me, or gardening, get out there in the garden, or decorating. You can't see my pictures back here, but I did all of that. I made my own pictures. I didn't spend nothing in IKEA. I went to Michael's and bought the boards, painted them just like I wanted them, my own personal touch. And you can use crystals that transmute the energy. You can wear them or just keep them near your body, or meditate with them. Some of the crystals that have the same energetic vibrations as the sacral plexus chakra includes carnelian, which is my ultimate favorite. Oh, this is my favorite crystal. It does so much for me, for my creativity and passion. Also, citron, tiger's eye. I have 2 tiger's eyes. I love this one. Clear quartz. And I didn't show you the carnelian up close, but this is my favorite crystal. I carry this on me every single day. I'm gonna wrap it soon. I have all the material and everything to wrap it. I have so much jewelry to make jewelry with, to make crystal jewelry with. If you haven't heard me say it by now, I have a online e-commerce metaphysical shop. You can check me out at manifestme83.com or Shop Serene Treasures. Okay. All right. I'm a full-time teacher, y'all. I'm a second grade full-time teacher. I have a metaphysical online business, and I have another business, and I'm a single parent. And I just be having a lot going on. So, you have to bear with me. If you feel like I'm reading too fast, or you don't understand something, that's why I always say to hit the comment box, and I will definitely get back with you. But overall, I think that I deliver the videos in a manner that is clearly understandable. And if not, you can tell me. I don't have a problem with constructive criticism. That is how I grow, okay? So if you have any suggestions that you think can make my videos better, please don't hesitate to let me know. And if you found this video helpful, please don't hesitate to hit the like button. And share. Each one teach one. It's about time we start learning how to heal ourselves. Heal thyself. All right. Next, I am going to be coming with the solar plexus chakra and moving forward. All right. So thank you for watching again. Please like, comment, subscribe, or all three, or none. It's up to you. All right. Good night.